Okay, hello, welcome back to RTC Rescue. It's good to be back making some more videos. What we're going to look at today is just looking at simple techniques for making purchase points in shut lines. So it's looking at when we need to get tools in, where we haven't got the space here to maybe get our spreaders in or some hydraulics to spread the door open. We're going to look at some simple techniques to open up shut lines, allowing us to get our hydraulic tools or whatever we decide to use into that gap to create some space. What we're going to look at firstly today is just a simple technique using a little jimmy tool, mini crowbar and a small wedge. Ideally you could just use a rather robust screwdriver for this, it works just as well, or any small tools really. So ideally if we need to get a purchase point in here because we need to spread this door open, what we can do is just get our tool here, place it in the top of the shut line there and we just open it up. As we open it up we can place a wedge into there like so and work further down the door. Okay, cool, so as you can see there, yeah, we've got the wedge in, it's only in a little bit, but we've already created quite a good purchase point there. Naturally you can see we've got the glass still in situ. In most cases the glass might have blown out or shattered, even with the glass in place. Similar to you see RAC, AA vans when they're opening up doors that have been locked, there's very little risk of it breaking the window because it's a minimum movement. What we need to do here is just move down the window using our jimmy tool. Then we just move the wedge further down. Like so. As you can see there, if you come round you've got quite a good purchase point created there. Wedge is solid, that's holding it firm, there's very little flex on the glass. More than ample there now where we could be able to get the tips of our cutters or spreaders in there to now open up the door and carry out the final push. Obviously bearing in mind before we do that we need to manage the glass naturally. Okay, so that's one simple technique, just using either a small screwdriver, small crowbar and a wedge. I do appreciate that there's going to be hundreds of ideas out there that people have used for creating shut line access. So again, if you do see any techniques or you've got any other ideas, do send them into the website and we'll have a look and we'll post any other ideas. Okay, another technique you can use, everyone quite likes to use a hooligan tool, commonly carried on fire appliances, many different applications for this tool. One of the good ways we can use it here, what we've done is we've smashed out this side indicator light that you normally have on the side of the vehicle here, and what we can do is we can then just insert the point into the vehicle, into the gap there, get it in nicely, we can lever it round, and then what we can do is then angle the tool down, push it in, or move it in towards you like so. Then you can see there straight away we've created a massive access point. Don't know if you want to come around here and have a look at that. So obviously there is a little bit of movement in the vehicle, but obviously stability would be carried out without good stability. Okay, so as you can see now, just by simply levering the Halligan tool in, we've made a massive amount of space there to get our spreaders in, or whatever tool we decide to use to get to those hinges. Once we get to this stage, or if we've got a bit of width there to get the flat part Halligan tool in straight away, another good way of using the tool is to get it into that gap, so that you've got the flat point in there, and then you just lever it up like that, and what you can then do is work up like so all the way, and you can see there how we've opened up a huge access point there just by using the hooligan tool. Plenty of room there to get our hydraulics in there and start creating some space. There's many different ways of using the hooligan tool. I know over in the States they're very popular, this tool's very popular with themselves. And I'm guessing there's hundreds of different ways of using this to get access points, especially if you open up the bonnet when we've got vehicle fires and such. But that's one of the key sort of areas I found to use it on. We can use that same technique when we put the flat part in and lever it along this part of the vehicle as well, in between the B posts or where the two doors meet, and again at the rear there if you've got enough gap to get the tool in. There is options where you could bang that in slightly with a with a lump handle or something just to get that purchase before you twist it. But again, bear that in mind, that extra impact is more forces going for the vehicle that could impact on the casualty, which is obviously what we're trying to avoid. Okay, so we've looked at a couple of techniques there, just using some simple tools that we normally have in our inventory. If those tools aren't available, we're just going to look at some brief options now of using hydraulics and dedicated spreaders. By looking at how we can use it to pinch open the window frame of the door here, and also by again using the age-old vertical crush method and the wing crush. We'll have a look at each one in time. Okay, we're going to do this technique obviously using dedicated spreaders, but it also works very well using combi tools and more lightweight spreaders or combi tools. So the idea is when we've got the door cap, manage the glass. Again, if we need to get an access point here and we can't get our small tools in here, or we couldn't get this to work up here because it was too rigid with small beds, etc. Simple technique you can do. Bring your spreaders up. Squash the door there. Then we just walk it round. We're quite far from the casualty, and this is, as much as yes we're using big hydraulics, it's actually very controlled. We haven't got any banging, we aren't jamming any tools into the vehicle like perhaps if we're banging a Halligan tool in or trying to jam wedges in. It's just simply controlled way. The weight of the tool doesn't work. You can see here, excellent purchase point. What we'll do in a minute on the video, we'll come back to this and we'll just briefly look at good techniques for spreading the door open. But at the moment we'll just concentrate on with our shut lines and creating those access points. Okay, again a technique that you might have seen in the other video called the vertical crush technique. Again, very popular. Good orientation of the tool, obviously peeling and revealing to make sure we look at what we're spreading against. We get the tool roughly that configuration. Again, some of you might have seen that we use foam balls to put under the lock mechanism and on the inside handle. That takes away the lock burst mechanism from working. So if the door is just jammed through just a bit of compression, by opening up, keeping those latches open with a sponge ball, sometimes the door will just naturally come open with this little bit of assistance from our tools. I haven't used sponge balls today, because obviously the door will just come open and it wouldn't demonstrate fully what we're trying to achieve. So where's here, we just spread it open. You need to keep a bit of control on it because the tool will try and fall in. So again, two-person operation, teardrop in there, casualty protection. You can see there straight away from that technique, creating instantly a massive purchase point. And if you've got spreaders that open a little bit more with greater distance, there is a real case where you can there spread the door, create a purchase point, but actually spread down the door will come open as well. Okay, we'll move to the front of the vehicle and we'll look at doing the wing crush. That is an age-old method that we're all used to. Okay, what we're going to look at now is the wing crush method, which has been around for many years, where we'll come in with the spreaders and we'll just crush that wing, which then pulls it forward off of the front door, giving us a good purchase point. Personally, I've never used this technique. I've never really seen anyone do it because I don't think it works that well. However, never say never. That one situation, this could be the best technique for what we're trying to achieve. So again, if you're going to do them, get good at them, use them regularly. Okay, so here we go then. We've got to get the tool in place, got the impingement of the wheel there, and obviously it's not always easy to get the best angle. And what you will find is sometimes the tip of the tool will slide down the wing. Again, with this sort of technique, you've got to find out, make sure that the wing is obviously metal and it's not some sort of plastic, fiberglass or carbon fibre. You can see there, the tool's bending straight off. So what you could do is just use it to leave the car up. Again, you can see the move when you get there, so you need to be aware of that. But with good stability, that obviously is not going to be an issue. You can see there now, look, we've repositioned the tool. Much better purchase now, but we can spread that up. Let the tool do its work. You can see there how we've crimped all the wing up, made some space here earlier, but you can actually see it has pulled it all forward. So either way, you can also see on the top here it has exposed the wing enough for us then to get purchase on the tool on another part of the wing to pull it away so we can access the door and get to the hinges. Not a bad technique there. It's not something we do that much personally, but again you can see it does work. Also it takes a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of adjustment when it slides down the wing. But again, a valuable technique to have in the toolbox. Okay, so that sort of concludes this little video on creating shut lines and purchase and access to get to your doors to enable you to spread, cut them off, or do whatever you need to do depending on the situation. There's hundreds of different methods of opening up shut lines, creating purchase points with a multitude of different tools we have. There's just some few simple ones there that I'm familiar with that pretty much do the jobs we need them to do. Some very simple tools there, screwdriver and a wedge, to simply just clamping our spreaders or combi tool onto the window cap and just leaving it round nice and controlled. Again, if you have got any other ideas or anything a bit different, send them in, let me know. If you've done a video, send me the video, I'll post it. If not, I can do a video myself on your behalf and I'll put that on the credits again to yourself. Again, like everything, I don't prep any of this, we just get on, we just do it. So any issues that you see happening, that's the reality of it. And like all my videos, like I keep saying, it's no good me prepping things so it all looks really nice, because in reality these techniques don't happen just like that. They don't always go the way we want them to go. But with all these different options in our toolbox, what a few we've looked at today, we can always move from one to the other if one isn't working as we'd like. Anyway, thanks for watching. You've been watching RTCrescue.com. See you next time.